Hi everybody, welcome to Dinner in 15 Minutes. This is Sara Lai.
This is Filippo Bartolotta.
And together we're gonna cook dinner in 15 minutes. We're gonna make
A risotto with a fabulous cheese which is called Casera DOP.
And
Prosciutto crudo.
I can't wait because today I prepared a wonderful bottle of Franciacorta where everything began. 1961, first rosé in Franciacorta. Phenomenal wine. Stay with us. Stay with us.
Ciao a tutti, welcome to our dinner in 15. Filippo Bartolotta is in here. Today I will show you how to make risotto with Casera cheese, which is a fantastic cheese from Valtellina.
Yeah, we got guys.
And a bloom of prosciutto crudo on top.
It looks like this is a live show, but it isn't.
I will drink the whole bottle of Berlucchi Rosé.
You wish. Get out my way.
Dai,
you
perché
just
no?
go start making your risotto. Buonasera a tutti, welcome everybody.
Buonasera.
Luigi, is the audio good? You can hear me well. Parti, sorella, why don't you kick off?
Party.
Allora, while you start, I'm looking to the place. Do you see it, guys? Lo vuoi far vedere, Luigi? How to open. You see there is a little linguetta here where you want to open it, and that's how you do it. Then here, you just go like that. It's really well made. Round and round, throw it away. Then you want to, the moment the cage is out, guys, the moment the cage is out, this is a bomb, okay? The pressure inside a bottle of a sparkling wine is 5 to 6 atmosphere, which might not say anything to you, but if you think about the pressure that you have in a tire of a double-decker bus, then you'll understand that this becomes a bomb if it didn't have a glass, which the British, the French, used to call le verre anglais. Mm-hmm. Did they teach you that at the sommelier class?
Sì.
Who was the name of the guy that invented the verre anglais? Let's see. Nobody knows.
I was missing the lesson.
His name is Mr. Digby, and because of Industrial Revolution, he was able to produce a bottle that was thicker than every regular bottle. If you were to bottle a sparkling wine in a regular wine bottle, you're literally going to have a bomb. Mm-hmm. So Dom Perignon was trying to make a still wine, okay, with Pinot Noir, a still white wine with Pinot. He loved the Pinot and the Chardonnay, but then 50% of his production was actually exploding. We have to press start. Per sapere a che tempo stiamo andando. Thank you very much. Quasi ci siamo. And in the end, he had to give up and say, okay, I'm going to produce a properly sparkling wine, adding some sugar and yeasts in the bottle. Then you keep it there for a few years. In this case, it's like 3 years. And the sugar is going to be eaten by the yeast. And then alcohol and CO2. If the CO2 remains in the bottle, that's how you have sparkling wine. I'm gonna go back there to tell you more stories about sparkling wine and above all about Berlucchi.
In the meanwhile, I have started to make risotto in a very simple way. Mm-hmm. If you have any doubt or question, you can write to us and we will answer, or go to our website.
Yes.
I had put the rice raw in a pan, okay, and the water warm.
In what ratio?
Per 80 grams of risotto, 240 milliliters of water.
Making it easy for you, 1 to 3.
1 to 3, yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
A little bit of salt that I'm about to put, if you can pass me some salt, please.
Pinch.
A pinch, and then cover it and put the timer 10 minutes, and your risotto will be almost done.
Okay.
So I can cut the casera at this point.
You cut the casera, I open the cage, let the cage off, This is a very delicate moment. When you take the cage off, this is a bomb. So always keep your thumb on the cork and keep it very steady and turn the bottle. Don't turn the cork. Make sure that you have a nice firm grip on that cork and contrast the pressure. There you go. Look at the beauty. The aromas of wild strawberries just hit my nose immediately with beautiful croissant, a hint of gunflint, some like wild cherries. Oh my God, look at this color. By the way, this is the first rosé ever made in Franciacorta. The story of Berlucchi is a wonderful story. When Mr. Berlucchi meets with Mr. Ziliani, we are in 1955, and Berlucchi was playing Georgia, and Mr. Ziliani arrived at the beautiful Palazzo Lana, and they decided to bring traditional method sparkling wine in Franciacorta. And a beautiful story started in 1961. This is for you, darling Sarah.
you.
And that is why this line is called 1961 Berlucchi Rosé, okay? So going back to the story of a traditional method making, what happened was that Dom Perignon was trying to get this still wine. It wasn't coming, and then in the end, he finally found this British bottle. British invented a lot of wines. Shakespeare talks about champagne as a sparkling wine way before Dom Perignon made his first official recipe. But coming back here, you see the long foliage. This is a tradition because once the wine was ready, there used to be a crown cork. You take the crown cork out, and then there is a natural pressure is going to spit out all the sediments of the dead yeast that make the wine smell like this pastisserie, bread crust, toast, bread on toast with some cherry marmalade. This is just perfection. Very dry, beautiful acidity.
Buonissimo.
Very refreshing. And in this case, so what happens when you let the wine flow away to get rid of the sediments, some wine was missing. Some dodgy producers back in the days didn't fill the bottle up, and they were covering the missing wine with this. Now, of course, it's only tradition. This rosé Franciacorta Brut is a very dry, refreshing, sparkling with a lot of minerality and a hint of saltiness.
It's beautiful, and it will goes well with the prosciutto crudo.
Are you inviting me to do this?
No.
Now, you know, there's a thing about traditional method sparkling wine. The re-fermentation takes place in the bottle, so there's a complexity that other wines wouldn't have. I was in Palazzo Lana doing this à la volée. Thank you very much again, Berlucchi family, to allow me, the Ziliani family in the Berlucchi team, to allow me to do that. So I cracked open what must have been like 15, 20 bottles like this.
No.
With all the foam and just trying, and everyone is different. That's why when you have non-vintage traditional method sparkling wine, then they add up some older wine. There is a secret weapon that every winery has. Or sometimes you come across sparkling wines that are dosage zero or brut nature. And that means that there is no dosage, there is no sugar, and you have a bone-dry sparkling. How do you get the color? Because Pinot Noir is a red grape. So if you get the skin in contact with the juice, you're going to extract some color out of this wine.
In 2 minutes, sorry.
No, go for it.
In 2 minutes, our risotto will be done.
So you said you just put the rice in the pot, some water.
And the water, it has to simmer for 10 minutes, and then put the timer, I always do, and then let it rest with the cover for 1 minute. And then open it. See?
I was checking about this Boccatura de Gorgement, which is 2021. So the wine has just been, the process that I described happened this year. And going back to the rice. You just put the rice in there, no, without toasting it?
No, no. In this method, like Oriental style.
Oriental style, so no toastiness, no wine.
No, no wine. It's
Just a
very
pinch of salt.
80s putting wine, no?
Yeah, I learned from, I always talk about Christian and Manuel at the Costardi Brothers. I learned from them that the idea of the wine with rice comes from the fact that in the past, we used to buy a lot of rice coming from Asia.
Okay.
Traveling for many, many days in the Utah, I don't know in English, like those...
the material, like a
it's like a cotton,
tissue.
raw cotton, right?
Yeah.
To hold the rice. There was a lot of rotten stuff going on, and so chefs and cooks and everyone was using wine to get rid of the stinkiness of the rice.
Oh, that's why.
But I like to use wine with rice or like my sauces because it adds up some, would you say some umami? It just adds up some flavors to it, not to get rid of the bad flavor.
See, maybe if I have to make like a frutti di mare risotto, maybe,
You go for it.
Sì.
But you're very gentle with your cooking.
Sì.
But you like your butter. Are you going to use any butter here?
I am using a lot of butter.
Oh,
As you can see, not all, of course, but for two person, I have to say it, I use more than 50 grams of butter.
Okay. And then you're going to do like a alonda?
Yes, the way. Now our risotto is done, the timer.
Okay, so Dan, this is very easy. Use natural water, and that's you filtered water. Don't go just like water like this. And if you buy good rice, rice has got lots of vitamins. It's a germ rice, so there is lots of good proteins, lots of minerals. So buy rice that you know the origin.
Buy Italian rice.
See, actually, Italy is bonkers about the rice.
Sì.
Allora, once again, I see you making risotto with a lot of very watery.
At this point is only rice and water.
So that's why it's watery.
We have to add the butter and the casera.
I love having Franciacorta above all these rosé because it's just a wine that you can have it in the afternoon. You can have it in the evening.
For breakfast.
You can have it before dinner, after dinner, breakfast. Imagine like croissant. Oh my God,
Esatto.
croissant with some prosciutto inside.
Sì.
Allora, so now the butter is in there.
Now the butter is in there and the casera will go.
So this looks more like cheese and rice. You call it risotto, it should be a cheeseotto or cheese. There is a lot of cheese in there.
In the risotto, you need a lot of cheese.
Oh my gosh. Is that going to be good, you think?
See, this is a casera risotto, so the casera is the main protagonist with the rice and the prosciutto crudo.
I love chefs because you guys...
And then you need just a little bit of rice. You don't have to eat like a basket.
Yeah, your son is tiny right now, right?
My daughter, yes.
Your daughter is tiny. Like, I've got two, okay? When you see the two Bartolotta sitting at the table, you want to like triple the amount of rice that you have over there. But in any case, I love chefs because you guys are bold. You are bold. Like I always play it safe when I'm in the kitchen. I do not use recipes. You can follow, you can check our recipes. But like I would never have done anything like this. It would have been too much cheese for me. And instead, it's looking delicious right now.
See.
Delicious. By the way, while Sarah is going, we want to thank you all. There is thousands of you watching, so thank you for being with us. This is a live show. It's a one-sequence show. There is no cuts. Whatever happens,
No dogs.
happens. No cuts and dogs. And you'll find these and many more recipes and great wines on our website, mamablip.com. You can also book private cooking events for you, your family, and friends with this kitchen here or online. Keep following our social media. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to cook like a true Italiano. Then hit thumbs up and send your questions because we'll answer each and every one of them. The risotto You know, we
It's
still got
almost done.
time. We still got time. We got 3 minutes
Oh,
and
wow.
46 seconds. So,
Fantastic.
question for you.
See?
I see the rice is, the cheese is melting, but not too much.
No,
You
no.
don't want it to just...
No, I want that you can feel the piece of Casera as a different texture, no?
Oh, so you want the chunk of cheese.
Warm and soft, but not melted.
You don't want it melted, otherwise it will become too, how shall I say, just too, like...
Too heavy, too
yeah, I was gonna
boring.
Say, I was going to say that.
Too boring.
You don't want to be boring. You know,
Don't
I think
be boring.
I think sharing a workspace with a chef, it ain't never gonna be boring. Let me tell you that. And she looks nice and pretty. She is nice and pretty. But make no mistakes, chefs, I think, belong to a different planet. You know, like they are not human beings like us.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I had this imagine of a planet full of chefs. It's
Oh my God.
hell.
It's hell.
It's called hell.
Not if you bring good wine with you. I love how clean, mineral. It's like licking stones from a clean river. You know what I'm saying? Do you ever go, lick stones?
Have you ever?
Because there is a minerality.
After a bottle of Berlucchi.
After a bottle of Berlucchi, yes. Okay. Hey, I was gonna ask, what about adding some cheese? No, però un po' di pepe nero sì. Dai.
Sì, certo.
Vado?
No, you need black pepper.
Okay. But can I say something? This to me looks a little bit like a risotto cacio e pepe.
Sì, something like.
Instead, what's the name of this dish?
A risotto with cacio e pepe. Risotto with casera and prosciutto crudo.
Just like this.
Sì.
You see, that's why I say that chefs are bold. I would never present a plate like this. I'd be too scared. Like people would say, like, the heck, man, just like throw some prosciutto on top of risotto.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you're a chef, you can go away with it. Let's see if it's good. First of all, è bellissimo.
Dai.
Tra l'altro, guardate il color code. Is there a color code when
È
you match food and
vero.
wine? Vieni, ti aggiungo un goccio.
Grazie.
Oops. Is there a color code when you match food and wine? The answer is no and yes. As long as your tasting buds are in action, as long as you trust yourself, as long as you do not listen to anyone else but your tasting buds, you're always gonna be in a safe spot when it comes to matching food and wine. There are some rules. You can go check some of our tips, tricks on our website, but right now I'm salivating. I had to try to see for myself. Quando si mangia risotto, I like spoons with my risottos.
Sì.
We're all different, but I think it's good because you can get more stuff. Although here there is cheese, ham. Allora, prima lo assaggio così.
Al dente. Bello crunchy.
It feels like you know what you
I
were
told
doing.
you so. Yeah.
Molto bene.
Ci sta bene.
Molto bene, cioè ci sta perfetto. Però adesso facciamo una cosa. You know, it's like when you need 1,000 knives and all you have is a spoon. Who's this? Whose song was that? Can I have a fork? Grazie Viviana, always at hand, perché ho bisogno di prendere un po' di questo prosciutto. Ok, guardate qua, ragazzi. You ready? Look at this. Look at this. This is all gonna be mine. Do you want to be me right now? I do. Come facevi a saperlo?
È lui.
How did you know?
I felt it inside.
Okay. You know, if it didn't work, I would tell you. I think it's mashing. I think this is unexpected, Sarah. Seriously, this is a totally unexpected dish. When you were cooking, honest to God, I thought, what the heck is she doing? Like chunks of cheese and like raw ham. I love it.
Thank you.
I love
Thank
it
you very
because
much.
it's simple. Like your dishes have got this comfort food carezzina element, but then they just like come with the katana and more aggressiveness, which I love. What can I say? This Berlucchi Brut Rosé 61 is working a treat, right?
Sí. Thank you.
No, grazie a te.
Thank you too for following us.
Arrivederci.
Come to our cooking school.
Cook in 15 if you can, and show us what you've done with your friends and family. Arrivederci.